Task number 6. So, there is someone whose philosophies within personal training that has impacted my life dramatically and my whole direction as a coach, and that is a guy called David. He works at the same gym as me, and ever since I've started here, we've got along really, really well. Dax, you may know him. He's done a few of your courses, and that's why he's such an inspiration to me. David has had a massive impact on my business, my overall thinking on a day-to-day basis, and therefore my direction, and then completely my vision within the fitness industry. So to start with, I saw David at the gym when I first started working as a personal trainer. Now, to me, what was distinctive about him, he was a very driven, inspirational guy. He was extremely successful in what he was doing. When I first started, that was like a year ago now, and he's just gone from here right up to really, really doing extremely well. So I just sort of, was really keen to know what he was doing and what he'd learnt, and whether I could sort of, pick up, the sort of the juice that he was on, I guess. And it all started, he said, with the course. He did the Mind Map course last October, and ever since then, he said he's completely changed his business, and me sort of, me being me, jumped on that bandwagon and just thought, right, well, I need to sort of understand what's going on here, and how David's, being so successful and doing so well and getting such incredible results with his clients, and just getting great referrals. And to start with, David sort of said to me, really start reading some books, try and read a book a week, getting some audio books, gave me a few authors to look into, like Tony Robbins and a few people, and I just started reading. So it really increased my knowledge and expanded, my thoughts, and I just started to think, okay, right, well, let's stop thinking on a smaller scale here, let's really think big, let's start writing down, how much I want to earn in the next week, in the next month, in the next year, in the next 5 years. Start writing down goals for the next week, the next month, the next year, the next 5 years, and start achieving these goals. And before you even know it, you'll be exactly where you want to be, in no time. So it's really required me to think outside the box. David didn't exactly preach or tell me what to do. He was just led by example, which is really important. And it just sort of, I thought, he's got one up on a lot of the trainers here, what's going on. So yeah, I just learnt from the best, I guess, and he learnt from the best. So that's sort of the chain of reaction that has been going on. One overall thing I sort of learnt that from David, which is really distinctive about him, is there's no limits. You can be and do whatever you want to be, and that is just the most exciting thing ever. So even though I'm sort of underground in a gym in London, I just thought, well, this is just the starting point. This is like, this is the beginning of what's going to be something that's so exciting. So he is someone that's really, really impacted on my thoughts and therefore my business in the last year. So the light bulb moment about David's approach, well, he basically sat me down and didn't really tell me what was going on, and he just sort of mind mapped me, I guess, and he was sort of practicing something he'd learned with one of Dax's fit courses. One of Dax's courses, basically, he sat me down and we talked about why I was doing what I was doing, what I was doing, and who for, and to really figure out the core at why I was in this industry, why I was training, why I had the motivation, and it sort of boiled down to quite a sort of emotional core, I guess, which is sort of family orientated reasons why I do what I do, and it made me think, this is quite interesting. It's quite a clever sort of holistical approach, if that's the right word. It was all about the mindset, and I just thought to myself, well, this needs to be transferred to me talking to my clients, because of the effect it had on me, and it really made me question, you know, and understand why I was doing what I was doing as a personal trainer. And I thought, okay, right, well, you know, this really relates and correlates to, you know, sitting down and understanding my clients or potential clients, and trying to sort of figure out, you know, why they'd come to me to lose weight, if it was that, or if they were in pain, and working out the reasons behind that, and going getting an understanding at a deeper level. So that was sort of the light bulb that just sort of clicked in my head, and I really sort of understood that it's not all about the training or the nutrition. It's really more about understanding the client at a deeper level, emotionally, and just really starting to get to the core of that, and then after that, understanding to really figure out, you know, the way of sort of creating an environment whereby they can train and eat, which, you know, coincides with their beliefs, I guess. So it's changed my approach within my business, particularly with personal development. So regards to figuring out myself what I was doing, it really made me create a specific criteria in recruiting my clients. So I had to sit down and think, right, well, you know, I've got to do something different here. I can't just, you know, train a load of people. I really need to sit down and work out what it is that makes an amazing personal trainer or a great personal trainer. And I'm still learning, but what really did highlight from, you know, understanding the way David runs his business is that there's a reason why everyone, you know, exercises. There's a reason why everyone eats what they eat, and it's just understanding why they do what they do. And once I'd sort of sussed this out and really, you know, started to understand, you know, my clients at a deeper level, the retention rates were higher, which led to like a booming business, amazing results, and therefore incredible referrals. So it just sort of went up from there, and all I want to do now is just carry on, I guess, and achieve more and more and be extremely more successful, because as I said, there's not really any limits. So that's you know, a few philosophies and tips that I've gained from someone who is extremely successful, and that is really close to me as well, and to my heart. So that's it for today. Thank you.